Hey guys, welcome to 2022. Got a message from the Red Leader. Have a great New Year's. Cheers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of The Booth. I'm Dennis Swan, and got to introduce the colleagues here. First of all, Mr. Josh Silver.
Hello.
Okay. You guys got to get that cue thing. Say hello so your camera will pick you up. And Mr. Tyler Holmes.
Hello, everybody.
All right, and I'd just like to say thanks to Troy Walker for the New Year's Eve greeting at the beginning of the podcast here. He's, I guess it'll be a normal thing for us now every New Year's or whatever. Hopefully he keeps them coming. But
we expect it now.
What's that?
We expect it now.
Oh, yeah, but he's got to do, because now he's got to do it now. But just going to remind everybody, subscribe to the podcast so you are in the know, when they're coming out, the episodes and all this stuff, and be informed anyway. So how's the new year for you guys?
Tyler?
Oh,
go
geez, not everybody at once. Oh.
Well, New Year's starting out all right, I guess. Much like 2021 seems like. So we'll see where it goes.
Damn New Year, and storms coming and everything.
Caught another storm this Friday. So all the old timers that you talk to always say once you get your first storm, it follows a 7-day pattern from then. So chances are
every Friday.
So every Friday, yeah.
Oh, great, just lovely. But anyhow, I don't know if you guys ever heard of a show called Mayor of Kingstown. You guys familiar with that?
No.
Well, it's the same guy, Taylor Sheridan, who created Yellowstone, 1883, all these hit shows now for Paramount Plus. It's basically about a town in Michigan that their main industry is prisons. And we're watching it pretty well since the beginning, and finale was last week, and pretty gritty show. But got me thinking, because, of course, without spoiling it for everyone, there was a riot, and didn't end too good for some people, so that's the only spoiler alert I'm going to give. But then it got me thinking, wonder what was the worst prison riot that ever happened? Well, actually, about in November, I think. Jeez, phones and everything.
Well, mate, check if that's John. Might be John.
No, it's not John.
No. Okay.
Yeah, to let everybody know, hopefully John McPherson will be joining us at some point through this, but I don't know if he's having technical issues or not, but let's hope he joins tonight, because we're kind of looking forward to having him on, but not, maybe next time. So anyway, so about in November, in, I believe it was Ecuador, 119 people were killed in a riot, and 6 of them were decapitated.
Oof.
Yeah, so that'd be quite a deal there.
Were they inmate on inmate, or did they get a hold of guards?
No, I think it was gangs, right? I think it was rival gangs decided they were gonna, bust it up. But I imagine when they stormed the prison, they probably shot a lot of them too. But in the process of that, 6 people got decapitated. So, and I was kind of looking up here other ones. Now, there was another one. The Carandiru massacre. And again, this is in South America. 111 people died there. 102 were shot dead by the police. Now, the colonel that headed the operation to take back the prison was accused of providing poor leadership, and he was sentenced to 632 years in prison.
Whew.
But it was declared void later by a Sao Paulo court. So basically, he got away with it, But, and then if you're going to go to prison, don't go to South America or Latin America, because the next one is the El Porvenir prison in Honduras. That had 86 deaths. And probably the deadliest North American riot was in Attica. Everybody's heard of Attica. There are 39 deaths there. So, but those were some of them. I didn't go any further down, but I think there was a lot of South American prisons there too. So that's a little fact.
My mother, her cousin was a guard in Dorchester, and there was a riot there, and I believe in the 80s at some point. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
But so they captured him. I think it was like a day or so, maybe 2 days. They held him for. They blinded him in one eye and did a bunch of other, but he survived. But my mom always talked about that, how he was. I guess he was never quite right afterwards. So.
Well, no,
So
that's
you-
Being involved.
Wow, man. That's that'd be scary stuff.
Yeah. So apparently he wasn't like a hardcore guard either. According to my mom, he's like kind of a softer. So they didn't treat him quite as badly as the other guys they got.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my father was a correctional center guard, but I mean, they had like not riots to that scale probably, but they had to get called out a couple of times. And he never really talked about work either. Like he at time he'd hear something, but he didn't really discuss it much. Kind of like a war veteran, same thing. You really don't. A lot of them don't really want to talk about it, right?
Especially not to their kids, probably. Like,
well, no, not at all. I mean, it's not good dinner table conversation too. I mean, he probably had more stuff hurled at him than
yeah,
both physical and probably verbal too. But yeah, it'd be a rough go.
Yeah, it'd be a tough way to make a living, man.
No, it would be. No, it is a tough one. And like I said, a lot of divorce probably, and a lot of substance abuse.
I had kind of a friend of a friend, a husband of. I never met the guy, but I heard a lot of tales, and from what I was told, he said it's such a brutal job because you go home at the end of the day, and the inmates sit there all day, 24 hours a day, and just if they have ill intent, they have 24 hours to figure it out. They got nothing else on their plate. And like time is on their side kind of thing, and then it festers. They just get more angry, and it didn't seem like a lot of fun.
No. But anyway, moving from that. Well, actually, Josh, let's alternate here. Do you got something to bring up?
Well, you had mentioned the mayor of Kingstown. I was going to mention I just started Yellowstone. I'm 1.5 seasons in, so if you watched it, I'm only on kind of the middle of the second season. So
we're now we're caught up. We did all 4 seasons, so we're addicts.
But you talk about gritty. Whew.
Yeah.
There's some family dysfunction. Yeah.
Okay, we might have another guest here.
Oh, right on.
We think we might have some issues here. I do see a face. It looks like Mr. McPherson. Do we have audio?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Mr. John McPherson. Now, of course, he comes just when we're running out of time, so we're probably going to have to.
My biological father in Ontario called me. It's my birthday today, so I got stuck on the phone with him.
I was going to say that now, and I got something here. I did up. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Well,
Lovely.
Wasn't that just heart-wrenching?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll be right back. The kids are just acting up there. Just give me
Tyler got to go. Yeah, we were just discussing prison riots and other things there. I don't know if you never met Josh before, I guess.
I don't think so. I've seen him on the podcast.
You've seen him on CBC probably too.
I saw him on CBC News once. Yes, I did.
There you go. So Josh,
right on. How you doing, John? Good to meet
Not
you.
too bad. How are you?
Yeah, good. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
And,
so you were a member of the Intruders.
I was definitely a member of the Intruders. Yes.
And
yeah.
What was your role?
I was the guitar player, and that's it. A guitar player / roadie, I guess. We all were. We hauled gear everywhere, well, Dennis, you used to do the dangerous work, the hooking into the massive power panels with car booster clamps, basically, right?
Yep. I had a couple of arcs and one exploded.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yep.
You wouldn't just plug in like a normal plug?
No. No, it was a lot more complicated than that. I guess I was expendable in the group because I guess, drummers were a dime a dozen, I guess. I don't know. But
yeah. Haven't you ever seen Spinal Tap?
Yeah, well, I know. I almost ended up a globule anyway. Bedeck, I think it was.
That's where it was. That's where I remember. We were in an old rink, and he went in the back room. All we heard was a big bang, and all of the lights in the whole arena dimmed. And then all we heard was him saying, "Holy!"
Kind of came out. I remember kind of like, Yeah. That was good old times.
Put a little pep in your step?
What's that?
Put a little pep in your step?
Well, I had to go for a drive around the town there to get my eyesight back and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, nice to have you on here. This is the first time we've had anybody other than the three of us, so it's kind of nice. How's the COVID doing there?
The COVID's doing okay. It's still, I still feel congested, but and I'm coughing a little bit, but hopefully I won't right now. But it's other than that, I'm on the tail end of it, so it's not. I guess I have a mild case because I didn't end up in the hospital or dead. So it's
good.
Yeah. But it's not. Yeah, it's basically flu symptoms, is what it is, right? Basically, a bad flu. Yeah.
So my brother had it, and he said the most bizarre part about it was the lack of smell and taste. Is that your experience?
I didn't notice that as much. It's not something that I really noticed. I found I had a lot of aches, like almost like aches in my. I felt like my kidneys or something. It was really strange. For several days, like I was uncomfortable. I couldn't sit. I'd have to get up and walk, and it was just uncomfortable. But my taste and everything, I still seem to have it. Smell, I didn't notice anything. When I eat, I can still smell food, and so I think everybody's affected a little bit differently.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you're here with us, buddy.
That's on this side of the ground.
That's the main thing.
Damn right. Nope, that's good. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about before. Poor old McPherson interrupted us there.
I was saying how the Yellowstone family's a little dysfunctional.
A little bit. You watch that show, Spurs?
I do actually. Yeah, we watched that. I like it.
It's
I'm not a big Western sort of fan, but I'm into that show though. I've watched it.
It's good. Got gunfights in it. It's got, lots of nice Dodge trucks. It's got, just and some nudity.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, what else do you need? All right, boys. We're how do you feel? I think we should probably do a cereal bowl. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Go for
Well, cue the music. And welcome to Denny's Cereal Bowl. And we have the composer of that awesome song with us tonight, Mr. John McPherson. So there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. The fame, that's world famous theme there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's going to be a short cereal bowl. But I tried 2 cereals. And these 2 cereals, I wouldn't have even known about them if it wasn't for Josh Silver.
Woo.
He alerted me to them. And of course, I had to go out there for the sake of educating the people, the good peoples. I tried them. Did you happen to try any of them, Josh?
Tyler, you bought one and shared it with me, didn't you?
Did I?
I
I
thought
don't
you
remember.
did.
Well, all right. We'll discuss
Anyway,
that
go ahead.
after. One I did try was the Elf cereal.
Mm.
It was all right. I gave it about 3.5 spoons out of 5. Just didn't do it for me. And by the way, I know this is going to shock a lot of people. I've never seen the movie, so.
What?
I know.
Wow.
I know it's weird. Everybody
Dude,
else
that's
here
a
is
classic.
everybody else here has probably seen it. I never did.
I haven't seen the
No.
movie.
What?
You haven't?
No.
I thought you did. I thought you're the one telling me to watch it.
Serial
That would have
killer?
been me.
Oh, the Elf movie.
Oh, the Elf movie. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie's great.
All
How
right.
could you have not seen Elf, Dennis?
I have. I just have. I don't know. Will Ferrell looked annoying in it. I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't know.
So I tried the Elf cereal myself. I think you're generous with your spoons on this one. I thought it
Yeah.
was a
Well, the
knockoff.
marshmallow parts were all right. That was about the only good thing. The rest of it, I found it,
The
blah. Well, what would you have
knockoff
given
of
it?
Corn Pops with just marshmallows added to it. I'd never buy it again.
Oh, I
I'd give
won't
it-
either. I
I'd
wish it
give
was
like-
corn pops. I really wish it was corn pops. It would have been a good cereal then. Yeah.
Like 1.5 spoons would be my.
Ooh.
Boys, it was Christmas.
Oh. Now,
But the box, I like the box. The box was nice. If that's any consolation.
yeah, I suppose. Now, Spurs, did you try that? Did you happen to try that cereal? I don't know if you still eat cereal or not. Maybe
I don't
grew up
usually
more than
eat
we did.
cereal.
You
Yeah,
what?
I don't eat as much as I used to. I rarely have cereal. Now I'm into the old oatmeal now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we're not talking about oatmeal here. We're talking about cereal. So
Yeah.
you're laying off of oatmeal.
Where do you
All
get
right.
all the cereal? Is this in like the local grocery stores, or do you order it? Or yeah,
No. Over here, listen, we got half decent cereal aisles here. I don't know about down Sydney, but
yeah. Sounds like you have more of a selection because where we usually go, some of the brand the types that you've mentioned on here, I don't see.
oh, you mean in past cereal bowls?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess we just look a little harder. I don't know.
That may be it.
Anyhow, moving on. The next one, and this here, apple pie crunch.
Ooh.
This here is what I'm going to have to classify as an addict cereal. That's what it is. Addict.
Is that what the flashing lights are for there?
Right. Cops are outside my door. That's it. Addict.
Wow.
Yep. And I say,
So wait, now I need to clarify because it used to be 4 spoons, now it's 5 spoons, and then you used to say top shelf. So is this above top shelf?
addict is top shelf. This is destined for the Hall of Fame. This
Wow.
along with the Eggo cereal, and might be a couple others there. I don't recall offhand. But man, it was like eating apple pie for breakfast.
Can you still get it, or was it just a limited?
You can get it. Might have to go get a couple more boxes. Where I'm building up a little cash right now before they.
How many boxes do you have now?
Why? I still got some in my cereal container, and I got 2 more boxes in the pantry, and I think I'm gonna have to get a couple more boxes.
Have you got one in your desk drawer at work? Let's be honest.
No, I can't. No, I can't keep cereal there. Tyler probably steal it on me. But
I will concur in you with the apple pie. It's top shelf.
it is top shelf.
Yeah.
So Spurs,
I'm writing this down.
if you get out
It's
there, try the apple pie crunch first. You'll love it.
I'm going to give that a try because I know I've had the cinnamon toast crunch.
Well, it's the
kids
same
used to
thing.
like that. Yeah.
But this here, you give yourself a little treat. Get that.
I'm going to try it.
All right. And on
I
that
don't-
note, what's up?
See, for my cereal consumption, I usually eat it for a treat at night, like not for cereal in the morning for breakfast.
No, I can't do that. I gotta have
That's
it in the
funny.
morning.
I'd say 90% of my cereal eating is at bedtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Little treat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
I had Oreo. What is it? Cheerios?
Oreo O's, you mean?
Oreo O's?
Yeah, is that the one? That's the only Oreo cereal I know about.
Yeah, and you know what? The milk at the end was good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's not a
3.5?
cereal I ever cared for.
No, I'm with you. I don't.
Never did it for me.
Just average.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that note, that ends the cereal bowl for this week. Happy eating.
I have a science segment.
Oh, do you?
You know, with Trump and some of the Republicans down south, they're giving science a bad name, like, junk science and all this sort of stuff. But I'm here to defend it. They've done some interesting studies that have made national news, and I want to bring this to light.
Okay.
They have done a study and figured out why cats sit in a box if there's a box left open in a room.
This is groundbreaking shit.
I know, exactly. This is
Okay.
where science, this is why people get doctorates in universities.
Okay. All right.
Now, the short, if you can read the whole article, which is fairly lengthy,
All right.
but the short story is if it fits in a box, it sits in a box. Which is, there's a lot of science that went behind that.
There's
But
a lot of memes that are the same as that.
There's a lot of what?
Memes that have that exact same thing. If
Yeah.
it fits, I fits. Yeah.
That's true. But this is true. You can Google it. And they said it's like in their DNA, because even if you make a 2-dimensional box, so basically a square on the ground that has no sides, they'll be drawn to it, and more than likely they'll sit inside that box. That's just an outline.
Really?
Yeah.
So I could draw like a square in the floor and they'll go to it.
Not only that, but they'll do a Pac-Man. You know that, like the open mouth with the circle,
Yeah.
and they'll make 4 Pac-Mans, like 4 corners that are a Pac-Man that aren't even connected. They just show 4 corners, and the cat will sit inside that because it
crap.
like can't help itself. It feels protected and feels like it can fit in there, therefore it must sit there.
And I wonder how many millions they spend on that.
Well, that's not, it doesn't really matter, Dennis, because now our life is better that we know this knowledge.
Okay. Well, I guess for useless trivia, and we're pretty well purveyors of that.
Right.
Now, Spurs, you're kind of a dog guy, so I think I've only seen you with one cat.
Yeah, we've had a cat before.
That was Shithead, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was a little black and white, a little cute little guy. You call him Shithead.
There were other cats when I was younger, yeah, but I don't remember them. I barely remember them. But
Okay.
Lisa had a cat though when she moved here, and we had that for quite a few years.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly dogs. But I have heard that about the cats though. That they do like to, they sort of will sort of put themselves in a little box and everything. It's pretty cool.
Well, I got 3 cats here to experiment with on that one then.
Yeah.
John, you have a dog now?
There's 2 dogs here tonight. Yeah, we have it's an American staff she's older. She's 12 years old, and we have a pit bull here that's Lisa's son who works away, and
Okay.
he's here most of the time. He's a pretty big guy. He's about 100 pounds, and very friendly though, very pleasant.
Oh,
I have to Google staff. I'm not sure what that means.
American Staffordshire Terrier. So they are large dogs too. She's probably between 80, 90 pounds probably. She's older now, so.
Looking a lot like a boxer.
Similar. Yeah, similar.
Okay.
She's a mix, so she's American Staff, and I think she may have something else mixed with it. So she doesn't have as big a head, I don't think, as the boxer would.
Right on.
Oh.
But very friendly. Very active. The sad thing is though, very vocal dog. So she will exhaust you with her barking.
Well, how long would she bark?
Now she will literally. She's older, so she's almost lost her bark. She's barked so much her whole life. But she will literally, if she sees something out the window, nonstop, just ruff, 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 like just keep going, and we'll have to try and get her attention to make it stop.
Oh man, well,
yeah,
well, that's one way. I'm kind of glad I love dogs. We never had much luck with dogs.
Yeah,
we just never did. So there'll always be cats for us, But one thing I want to remind people too, is check out John's videos on YouTube. He does guitar stuff. It's awesome stuff. If you ever want, you should check that out. It's real good, really good stuff. So
thanks.
There you go. Try to give you a plug.
Thanks.
Yeah. How much you pay for
that? Well, favored. Actually, I was looking.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta say, looking through my notes I got stuff from months ago that I still have not ever discussed on this show, and this is something that actually might hit close to John. Back in the Lakevale school days, I always wondered about one thing. Do you remember the strap?
Oh, I remember it. I got it.
Did you get it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now I don't know about Tyler and Josh, and maybe you guys were a little more civilized because I don't know. In Cleveland, was there a strap in the school system there, Josh, or was it
very much weapons? So?
Did you have a strap too?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Or it was like the teacher's prerogative. I would say most teachers didn't do any, and then the ones that did, it was either a strap or a paddle, but. I think it was just whatever the teacher wanted to do.
Now, I got a question regarding that. Did these straps come from a place that actually made them for that purpose?
The one most had paddles, and the shop teacher made them for the teachers. They were 24 inches long, a handle, like just what you'd see on TV.
Like a wooden paddle.
Wooden paddle. Our science teacher had one wrapped in black electrical tape, and he called it Black Beauty. The principal had one that had holes all drilled through it, and he, of course, I'd never talked to him, but the rumor was it was for wind resistance. He can swing it harder. And to be honest, the only strap I ever got hit with that I remember was a commercial phone line, I don't know what would be in it, like 20 phone lines, like wires, little fine phone wires, but a whole bunch of them. Yeah, and then he had it taped back around, so there was like a handle on it, and he'd hit you with that. So it was commercial made, but not for hitting kids.
No, but I always wondered if there was did they order these from a factory or from a place that made these? Because the strap at Lakeville, and I used to hear rumors they used to throw it in the freezer.
That's what I heard too. Yeah,
you heard that too.
Yeah,
and you said you got whacked with it.
I did. I got whacked with it in grade 1. So I was like 6 years old. I tell my kids this. I was 6 years old, and they hauled me and a bunch of other guys up because we slid down the railing in the front of the school. Yeah. And this was the old Lakeville, which would have been next to the highway.
Yeah.
We slid down the railing. So yeah, my grade 1 teacher brought us up front, and 6 years old probably, and pulled the strap out and whacked each one of us on the hands.
Boy. I never got whacked with the strap.
No.
I guess I was a teacher's pet. I don't know.
So here's what I tell my students, because it's gone. The pendulum swung way the other way, and problematically, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We should never hit kids. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But it's almost like we stick up for them for crazy things, and I won't get into any stories. But anyway, I always tell my students to let them know the degree at which the pendulum is swung. I would say my teachers, especially this science teacher with the Black Beauty, he'd say he'd pull it out. It was right in his desk drawer. He'd pull it out, put it on top of his desk, and say, "Mr. Silver, you have a choice. You can have 2 minutes of pain or a 2-hour detention." And I asked my students, what do you think I chose? And it's, well, of course you take the detention. And I said, no, I never even crossed my mind. I'd take the paddle every time. What would you do that for? I said, because if mom found out that I was in a detention, that I did something wrong, then problems really start. But if I can resolve this between me and my science teacher, this is no problem. I don't want to get a paddle, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather have that than have mom, because back in our day,
mm-hmm.
our parents would stick up for the teacher.
Sure.
Like, why are you frigging around in class, Josh? Right?
Yeah.
Where nowadays it feels a lot like parents are attacking the teacher first and taking their kid's word for it.
Oh, it's very true. They are.
So I don't think we should be hitting kids, but that's how much it's changed. I'd pick the paddle every time.
That's true. And I remember when I can remember my dad had, it was probably a 3/4 inch piece of plywood that he had in the drawer. I don't ever remember him hitting us ever with it, but it was always there, and the threat was always there. And we called it the stick. And if we did something wrong, the threat was there that, hey, this is waiting for you. But it's funny, yeah. It's you definitely would not see that. I mean, these days it's a whole other world.
Basically, it was détente.
Essentially, yeah.
What it was. The threat was there. You knew it.
Threat, yeah.
The perceived threat was enough to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
See, I'm a little younger than you guys, so that was long gone. But the ruler was around when I was in school.
Ruler.
This is a 3-foot yardstick, right?
Yeah.
So you couldn't really hit hard with that because it would break, but they could tap you with it.
Was that on your bum or your knuckles, or where would that be?
Yeah, on your legs.
On your leg, though. We always got it to the bum.
Yeah.
But even that, that was very first element, and then that was even gone. They weren't allowed to do that. When I got to later elementary school.
Yeah.
Sit in a corner, face the wall, or stare up at the ceiling. That was the worst. You have to sit and look at the ceiling. You weren't allowed to look down. You try that someday for 2 minutes and see.
Well, your neck would be
Yeah.
Oh,
Screwed.
It's brutal. Yeah.
I mean, gee, yeah, I think I'd rather take Black Beauty than that.
Yeah. Just try it. Yeah. Just sit and stare at the ceiling. Look up and stare at the ceiling for 2
For
minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
2 minutes. Well, I try that. Maybe I'll try that tomorrow. Work.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a sec. I do it anyway. What about you, John? You got anything? You got anything to discuss? Or you?
I don't have anything. I didn't prepare for this at all.
Well,
I wasn't
you know,
sure of the format or how you did it or what went on, so I just was.
Well, the thing is, now you're initiated. Now you know how we do things here.
Yeah.
But no, I just thought if there's something you wanted to discuss, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll, like I say, we'll get you on again. But another thing, I think it pisses me off too. You ever around like younger people who slam older technology and call it ridiculous? Like, say, VHS tapes. I don't care what anybody says. If it wasn't for VHS tapes, we wouldn't have what we got today. You know, like
every technology builds on the technology before it, right?
it does, but I don't slam it. It's stuff now today is a lot better, yes, but you still got to pay some homage to the old VHS days. Because I remember when that stuff first came out. Like, say you wanted to watch something on the Late Show before VHS recorders, you had to stay. I remember watching Planet of the Apes on the Late Show on ATV on a school night. I wanted to watch it because we had no other way to watch it. I went to bed at 3:00 and I had to get up at 6:30 to go to school the next day. Now, how much life would have been easier if I had a VHS recorder? I just could have watched it anytime I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like us with Letterman's. First, remember, like Letterman would be, I'd be, you know, you didn't feel like staying up. I'd just throw it on the recorder.
Yeah, they
Watch it the
definitely
next day.
served. Yeah, they served the purpose like back in the day, right? I mean,
They did.
It was more or less the stepping stone, right, to what we have today, I guess.
It was.
Yeah, it was always. I mean, it was great to have that. I remember when the technology came out to be able to record shows and you know, until they started trying to scramble the stuff to make it harder to record shows. But
Yeah.
but no, it was yeah. I mean, it was quite groundbreaking at the time. I remember.
But guys, I remember I'd go up to John's place, and he had that big TV with the big ass boom, like the woofers in it. And he used to record all the Van Halen videos off Much Music and cracked it. We used to, like, So This Is Love. I still remember how that sounded. That sounded beautiful on that TV. I mean, the TV weighed about a ton, but
it was very heavy.
It was, but it was so good because I think you used to be there practically all day waiting for Van Halen videos to come on and tape them, and then watch them that evening.
Yeah.
But another thing pisses me off too is when people like watching old movies and they say, "Oh, the effects in this look crappy" and all this. It's like, well, they had to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Respect the people that did this work back in the day who had nothing. There was no keyboards. They had to do everything in-house. They had to build all this stuff, and they did. And they pulled in some cases, they pulled it off magically.
Yeah. I don't know. Look at Star Wars and The Thing, man. They hold up still today.
Star Wars and The Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They do. I could still watch the original, unretouched Star Wars and still be amazed with it.
Yeah.
Or Ten Commandments, The Parting of the Red Sea. Like, that was an effect. I mean, that was just unbelievable. So,
well, back to your recording. I remember I'd have a cassette tape, and you'd stand by the radio with the record button, like hot standby, for the DJ to stop talking, and you hope you hit it, and you hope it's the right song that you want.
Yeah.
And that was quite the art. Like, if someone made you a mixtape, that was some serious friendship, because it took a lot of work back then.
Now, was that on
or make noise?
What's that?
You weren't allowed to talk or make noise either.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I'm talking like open air recording.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't internal.
No.
Yeah. I can remember putting two stereos together. You put the cassette in one and you tape in the other. and then you just
Yeah.
hope to God that no one makes any noise while you're taping this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, big
And we
time.
loved it.
Loved it. And it was like that was like the best thing ever. Like
It was.
that's how you got music.
Well, that's the only way you get music. Yeah, like and well, sometimes you get some of the stupid commercials on there if you weren't really paying attention or you left the room or something. But
Right.
what can you do? Saved you, I don't forget what 45s were at the time, probably 99 cents, but 99 cents was a lot of money back then in our day. But
Yeah.
but yeah, quit slamming old technology. Just be glad we had it and evolving to, well, streaming now, I guess. I don't care, but I said it in the previous podcast before. I would rather have my own library of like TV shows or movies or whatever, like right in here with me instead of relying on a streaming service or, some kind of server, because that could be gone next week.
Yeah.
But your collection will be here. So
Yeah.
that's
for
my,
sure.
that's my,
Plus there's that there's something to be said, and I guess this is old school too, like to touch the like an album cover was a work of art. Like to touch it, to feel it, to read it, to the jacket cover, all that stuff was so integral to enjoying the album.
well, the liner notes too.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd read
Like
the
all that
liner
stuff.
notes.
Right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, definitely. And sometimes it had pictures on you didn't see anywhere else. And I mean, that was, while you're listening to the record, you read the liner notes if it had lyrics or if it had, like say, pictures. You get right into that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm grateful that we had, back when we used to play in the band and we rehearsed here in the basement most of the time.
Yeah.
And we would record ourselves. And all we really had to record was basically a ghetto blaster, which we would put in front and record, the band playing. And looking back, like it's old technology. It doesn't really sound great.
No.
But you're grateful to have it though, as a memento, right? Like to listen back and to sort of take you back to that time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm always amazed at looking at how the technology has progressed from, just 30, 40 years ago or so. It's crazy what you can do these days and what people do these days with basically everybody has in their homes, whether it's audio editing software or video editing software, you can do pretty much like anything, which we didn't have access to really back then.
Well, what better than this? I mean, look what we're on right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, guys, if you ever you should see like the setup John has in his place. I mean, he's got, it looks like Little Mountain Studios, I think. he's got the gear, I'll tell you. But he's come a long way from that little portable cassette recorder. And the thing was too, before CDs, I think I might have told you this, Tyler.
Yeah.
When we were doing songs like Listen Like Thieves. Remember that song?
Yeah.
And I think Skins was writing down the lyrics for it. And cassette tapes were not very clear.
No.
One lyric when it was supposed to be High Traffic by the Red Tail Light. And Skins put High Track Biff.
Right. That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounded like. You
Yeah.
couldn't help it. I mean, for the longest time, that's what I thought it was too.
Yeah.
But you finally read the lyrics, you're like, oh, what a stupid, But
now all you have to do is Google, and
that's
there
it.
they are.
Yeah.
That's it. And yeah, exactly. No, that's all you have to do. But that's the way it was, like I say. But that's my rant.
I was watching some YouTube video about Antiques Roadshow, like some of the biggest finds ever or coolest finds ever kind of thing. And Buddy comes in with a shoebox and he opens it up and it's Rudolph and Santa Claus from the original Christmas remember the stop motion.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
where Rudolph has the
You
red
mean with
nose and the
Yukon
nose.
Cornelius and all that?
Exactly that
Oh
one.
no,
And I forget who produced those.
it'll be
Hanna-Barbera? I
Rankin
forget.
Bass probably.
Yeah, there you go. Rankin and Bass, you got it. And this guy is like blown away, and he said, "How in the hell did you ever get these?" And he said, "Oh, my girlfriend worked at that studio, and just like anything else, like it's just taking up room. So her job was to get rid of a bunch of this stuff one time, and she thought maybe I should save these." And I forget they had to get him restored. Like Santa Claus was missing his boot and half his mustache and stuff, but I think they're worth $500,000 now.
Oh way.
And they're amazing. They're like that big. They're just little.
So
But-
did they just have
Wow.
Santa Claus and Rudolph, or did they have more of them?
No, he said they had the whole thing,
Oh wow!
and he said that when they were kids, it was just part of their Christmas decorations. And when they were kids, they'd set them out all around the Christmas tree, and then the dog ate this one, and that one went missing. And anyway, by the grace of God, the only two left were the most important two, Rudolph and Santa. But those are the only ones left.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
would have been awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But I was telling Ty not too long ago, I have never actually watched that in its entirety.
Mm.
And that's been around since 1964.
Well, I remember as a kid.
So
What's that, Tyler?
What are you doing Christmas, Dennis? Don't you watch Christmas
I know.
shows?
I
Buddy,
watch
I'll
the
watch-
important ones. I watch the important ones. I watch Bad Santa 1 and 2, Christmas Story. Gee.
You don't watch Elf, so that's an important one too. Elf is like a tradition now. You have
I
to
don't
watch.
think you'll be anywhere near Bad Santa though.
No,
Not-
but we're in a
no.
whole different realm there, buddy.
Yeah, there's like kids and adult movies here. Where
But have you ever watched the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Christmas special?
no, I haven't.
That's
seen
an
that
important one.
Christmas Story filmed in Cleveland, boys.
Yeah,
It was,
Yeah.
yes.
he's
Yeah.
and Josh, of course, is from Cleveland, so he's
So
that's why he's
my
got the
claim-
shirt on to rub it into us.
my claim to fame, there was a girl in my junior high school whose mom is the crabby elf that is on top of up where Santa is.
Oh,
and
with
she,
Santa. Yeah.
and she kicks him in the face down the slide.
Oh,
I never even met the mom, but it was the mom of one of our schoolmates.
I wonder if she's still alive. Maybe we should get her on the podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, get touched there.
There you go.
Yeah, but on that note, boys, I think we're getting out of time here, running out of time, and like to thank, well, first and foremost, John McPherson for coming on the show.
Thank
Great
you
having
for
you on
having
here.
me. Thanks for having me.
No, and look forward to having you on many more times. If the network doesn't cancel us,
Yeah, I like to think of myself as an honorary PE Islander.
No, listen.
My biological dad is actually from PEI, from Northwestern, up in the northwestern sort of end of the island.
Like Tignish or
Up that way, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives in Ontario now, but that's where his family's there. I probably have relatives there, actually.
well, listen. One thing, they won't make you an honorary PEI over here because you're always a
Oh.
CFA, right?
Okay.
So
Come from away.
we come from the best island to begin with. PEI second. I mean, I'd put it second.
Yeah.
How do you
Right.
define best island? Most addicted to OxyContin, or
Listen, pal, I'm going to tell you something. I tell you, we got both ends of this island. You got your Georgetowns and your Montagues, and then you got your Tignishes and Albertons.
you've got Glace Bay and New Waterford. That's like takes
Well-
up more than.
That's apples and oranges.
And you got Meat Cove.
Meat Cove. Well, you know what? Meat Cove got high speed though, don't they?
I guess they beat us.
Well, someday your area will get it, I'm sure.
And,
Yeah, the promises. But anyway, boys, for my colleagues, Josh Silver, Tyler Holmes, and of course, John McPherson, I'd like to thank you for tuning into the booth, and we'll have a spot reserved for you next time. Good night, everyone.
See you, folks.
Good night.